Ever wondered why you yawn? You're not alone. Let's find out why. You yawn when you're tired, when you're bored, and weirdly, when someone else yawns. So what on earth is it for? In the next few minutes we'll unpack what your body is actually doing during a yawn, the best science on why it happens, why yawns are contagious, and which popular myths you can safely ignore. Short, clear, and useful, no fluff. A yawn is a coordinated reflex. It starts with a deep inhale, a long jaw stretch, a brief pause, and a shorter exhale. Your jaw, throat, and diaphragm all fire together. Heart rate nudges upward, eyes may water, and the pressure changes can even flex your eardrums. Think of it as a quick, system reset that takes about 3 seconds. One practical way to understand yawning is as a state change reflex. Yawns cluster at transitions. Waking up, winding down, or switching from low effort to focused work. Your brain prefers stable modes, alert or drowsy, and a yawn often appears right as you toggle between them, like a status ping that says, "Switching modes, please wait." That's why the same reflex can either sharpen you up when you need to focus or nudge you toward rest when it's time to power down. There's also a popular idea that yawning helps manage brain temperature. The deep breath and wide jaw stretch increase airflow and blood flow around the sinuses and head. Cooler air plus fresh circulation might shave the brain's temperature down a touch, helping it run in its Goldilocks zone for thinking. Important note: this is a hypothesis, not a universal law. Evidence is mixed across species and studies, so keep it in the "may help in some contexts" box rather than the only reason we yawn. Now, the social ripple. See a yawn, think about yawning, or even hear the word yawn, and suddenly you're fighting one. That's contagious yawning. Humans mirror each other's expressions and rhythms to stay in sync. We copy posture, tone, and facial cues without thinking, and yawning seems to ride along on that system. People who pay closer attention to others tend to catch yawns more easily, which correlates with empathy and social awareness. That doesn't mean yawning causes empathy, it just suggests overlapping networks in the brain. Before we clear a common myth on yawning, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Let's clear a common myth while we're here. Myth: we yawn because we need more oxygen. If that were true, taking a few deep breaths would switch yawns off. It doesn't. Oxygen and carbon dioxide levels alone don't predict when you'll yawn. Yawning is more complex than a simple air deficit alarm. State changes, temperature tweaks, and social mirroring all play a role. You can try a few simple demos to feel how context matters. Do 30 seconds of light jumping jacks, then stop and sit still. As your body shifts from active to calm, notice if a yawn arrives right on cue. Stand by a fan or an open window for a minute and see whether cool air on your face nudges a yawn. And the classic: watch a compilation of people yawning and try not to yawn yourself. If you fail, congratulations, you're perfectly normal. Humans aren't the only culprits. Dogs, cats, birds, and even some fish show yawn-like behaviors. In social animals, yawning can cluster when groups change activity, which supports the idea that it helps coordinate state and synchronize behavior. In other words, a herd, flock, or team that shifts modes together tends to function better than one that's out of sync. So what do scientists still debate? There isn't one single function that explains every yawn in every situation. The best current view is that yawning is a multi-purpose reflex. It helps you shift state between drowsy and alert, may assist with fine-tuning brain temperature in some contexts, and can spread socially because our brains are wired to mirror each other. Different contexts probably recruit different mechanisms, which is why yawning shows up in so many places, from sleepy mornings to tense moments before a big task. A quick recap you can keep in your pocket. Yawns are a fast, whole-body reflex that helps you switch modes, may help with temperature regulation in certain situations, and becomes contagious thanks to our social wiring. It's not just low oxygen, and it's not just boredom. It's your nervous system managing state, with a side of group sync. If you love clear answers to everyday questions, hit subscribe. Tomorrow we're tackling a classic. Why do we hiccup and what actually helps stop them fast. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a few of your friends and family. Bye for now.